that the patients who are able to get into recovery from severe addictions and stay in recovery had learned for themselves or had learned in Alcoholics Anonymous or by some other method that they essentially couldn't lie. And this meant that they couldn't just lie about using, right? They also couldn't lie about simple, everyday things like what they had for breakfast. Because they discovered that even if they lied about the little things not connected to their drug use, that would trip them into the lying habit, which is part and parcel of the disease of addiction. So when people get in their addiction, they're lying about their use, but they're also lying about the craziest things. It's like they almost get addicted to the lying as much as anything else. So that means that recovery...
Addicted to
lying. By the way,
lying.
why is that? Well, there's like an adrenaline rush from lying. There's also like this illusion of control, like I'm controlling people's perceptions and controlling reality by lying because only I know what really happened. Or maybe even I'm deluding myself. But anyway, I'm like, in my delusions, I have this kind of sense of control. And in truth,
Control
by
status.
living this kind of double life, we're really getting further and further away from what's really happening and really, having some modicum of control over our lives. So recovery is all about radical honesty, telling the truth, no matter what, and seeing lying as really a harbinger of a potential relapse. I just think that's so cool, and I started to try to incorporate radical honesty in my own life and discovered that it's really is the best policy, and that telling the truth is something that we could all benefit from. We're natural liars. I think studies have shown that the average adult tells 1 to 2 lies per day, and most of those lies we tell to sort of protect ourselves, to hide sort of small selfish acts, or to make ourselves look a little more interesting, or we tell ourselves that we lied to protect another person's feelings or to make them feel better. But really, if you start to analyze all those little lies, they really accumulate. And in the end, I don't think they're good for anybody, not for us, not for other people. And that if we really want to live well, we should tell the truth. And even, try to anyway. Nobody's perfect. I know I'm still struggle on a daily basis to, be totally honest. But most of the time it is the best policy. And it probably works on a lot of different levels. It promotes self-awareness so that we know what's really happening. It promotes intimacy. When we tell people the truth about ourselves, especially things that we're ashamed of, we think they're going to go running away screaming, but actually they come closer and they embrace us. It probably stimulates, telling the truth probably stimulates the prefrontal cortex, which is also